Your edits are this close together and this noticeable. Now, that's when it's like, man, f you. Come on. Look at his hair. Now watch this.
And it was a whirlwind.
Bam! Tyler Perry truly is a gift. Y'all should get him for Christmas and birthdays, man. He is the gift that keeps on giving.
It's kind of a white elephant gift.
But it's fun, yes. The man responsible for that sound right there. He stands here, right here in front of us. Tyler Perry is a man who gave us many things. He's given so much of himself in the form of hours of entertainment. Most of the things that he's given, I mean, this man has bled scripts and movies. He's written, as he's proud to tell you, he's written every one of them just about. He's directed almost every episode. He's directed almost every movie. But this one right here, they say, nah, man, ain't nothing that keeps on giving back like a fall from grace. This is the movie that has been out for 2 weeks now. It's been out for 2 weeks, and people are still finding things to talk about with this movie.
Grace, please tell me what happened.
And the best lighting in the room is right here.
You know his hair just overshadowed her.
That's the thing.
When he walked up, it just got dark. She's like, what?
That hair is all you can see sometimes.
Yeah. This movie's like a Marvel movie where you just keep finding Easter eggs in there. Except all the eggs are rotten. We've already seen the man, this poor man who even though he has a plate of food in front of him, he can only eat air. This is our drink air while he's at it too.
He's on one of those special diets.
The oxygen diet. Look at him.
Which is actually a thing.
Look at him. Oh, look, the mouthful of air. Oh, slow down, man. Slow down. Hey. Chew your air first before you swallow it, right? Man, that right there, that was just the beginning. People, oh man, Twitter.
Oh no, not Twitter.
Twitter has gone in on Mr. Perry and his new masterpiece right here, A Fall from Grace. The funny thing is, it's a lot of people, including black folks now. They even starting to say, all right, man, look, I done rode with you for a long time, but you know what? I mean, I covered for you, man. I stood up for you. I lied for you. But when you make shit that obvious, when people can see it, I mean, ain't nothing I can do about that. People see it. And Twitter is going in right now, man. They have gone through okay, so this is a movie that is so insane and so bad that you miss some things. Yeah. And they went through and they just started digging even deeper. And see, that's another thing. You could probably get by making a movie in 5 days and having a lot of bad production if it's in the theaters, because a lot of people won't probably see it twice. But that's just on Netflix.
Oh yeah, it costs nothing to watch it a second time.
It costs nothing to watch it a second. People are just joke watching this a second time. They're watching it again just for a laugh.
It's gonna be The Room.
Yeah, it really is, man. And people are just joke watching this now just to get a laugh out of this. And the funny thing is that they are continuing to get more laughs as they watch it. This is the best comedy that Tyler Perry has produced, man. These motherfuckers are going in on this like forensic detectives, man. I have to say, there's a couple of things that we found, that we talked about, but a lot of the stuff that they're talking about, I'll admit I didn't see, because I was too busy watching all the other bullshit that was happening.
So I take it they got forensic on it.
That's just what I said. They were like forensic detectives on this. You're not listening to me. Doesn't listen to a fucking word. I just.
So you're saying it's
I was trying to read the screen. A lot of times we repeat things. I'm like, what,
man, they were like forensic detectives on this. Man, you mean like forensics?
Man.
Yeah, exactly like that.
You know you can watch it more than once on Netflix, right, for free.
But exactly like that, Bart. Yes.
Tyler Perry directed this.
There are a lot of things that are going on that they found, and a lot of this stuff is on the production side, of course. We already know Tyler Perry gets crazy with his scripts and stories. A lot of what you see, it used to be, we used to that now. But a lot of this stuff here is on the production side, and the production side is important because a lot of this stuff is with a man that has the money that Tyler Perry has. This shit should not happen, man. Now I will say this: some of it you shouldn't forgive it, you shouldn't let it slide, but you kind of do because this movie is so bad that you expect. Now, you probably won't see it, but I want you to look at this, and some people have spotted it. But with a movie like this, you kind of expect to see what you might see here.
Hint: if a man is asking you about,
If you look at the bottom of the screen, I don't care if you have to watch this over to see it. It shouldn't be there in the first goddamn place. Look at the bottom. People at home, people in the room. Mm-hmm. Pay attention to the bottom of the screen.
Why are you still on that?
okay. Hint.
Oh.
Do you see those two mics down there? Those boom mics?
No, I thought it was just two dicks. Every time
Hint: if
Those
a man is
those
asking,
mother bobbing around down there like Ernie and Bert.
You know the thing about it is, I think I might have noticed it without you even saying anything.
Yeah,
But it's
a lot of
Cab,
it's
but
just-
I would Cab would just kick one of them motherfuckers in the face. God damn it, man.
It's one thing if they just kind of eased in the shot, but they actually like, look at me, hey, hey. The mics are the mics upstage the actors.
Why are you still on that?
asking you,
You know, that's a goddamn shame, man. Those two mics were trying to, and one of them was trying to go right up Makai Brooks' ass right there. If you see, one of them was trying to sword fight him. Look at it. Look at this one right here.
hint: if a man is asking you,
I'm trying to go right up his tank.
Yeah, it's like his knees are kicking it out of the way.
Stop it. Stop it. Trying to act.
Hey, you know what's also minor, man? Continuity in movies.
Well,
We see that a lot. Now, this is what a lot of, I heard, now see, this is what I'm talking about, like black people laughing at Tyler Perry right now. They had a couple of black women just sit up here and watch this scene where where Crystal Fox got out of bed.
the shoes.
The shoes, yeah.
Yeah, black women are all about shoes.
They're all about the shoe. They like, look at that. What, she gonna put on some shoes? And then she comes upstairs and these women like, look at this bitch, she got on no shoes. She ain't wearing shit, look at her. I mean, they put emphasis on that. That's just in real time. Mm-hmm. Her putting on shoes. They put emphasis on it. And you see the shoes right there?
Yep, we'll see him.
Yeah, because some people say, well, maybe she was pantomiming the shoes, or maybe she was kicking
the boom mics out the way.
Yeah, what's that?
Kicking the boom mics out the way. Damn, Jesus Christ, I'm sick of you motherfuckers.
They're everywhere.
And I want y'all to notice that they put her in the whitest, brightest slippers, so you can see them.
Yeah.
In the dark, that shit is glowing.
Yeah.
Those slippers right there, just so you know that she's wearing them.
no.
Oops.
Nothing. Somehow along the way, she decided to kick them motherfuckers off. Listen, that was a long ass shot. I can see how some people would not even be paying attention. But when the shit is this close together, when your edits are this close together and this noticeable, now that's when it's like, man, f you, come on. Look at his hair. Now watch this.
And it was a whirlwind.
Bam! Did she just look at this again? Look at this again.
And it was a whirlwind.
Hey, she just said it was a whirlwind.
Did she stick her finger in a socket off screen? While we weren't looking at it, she just go.
Oh, man. Brother.
Oh, somebody said play that shit again. My pleasure.
And it was a whirlwind.
Poof.
Well, one was shot on day 1, and the other was shot on day 4.
Or maybe 4 minutes later. 'Cause by the time they got to certain things like a simple phone call, something that cost you nothing, man. This thing cost you a fucking penny to do this right here. There's a scene in here where Crystal Fox, she gets a call. I want you to notice something about this screen for the call.
I didn't care.
all those years at that bank.
Do you notice something right here?
New message.
Now, you know something is, I didn't know that phone calls came straight to your photos where you could even throw them away. Do you see that right there?
Oh.
That's a picture of a phone call.
Oh,
that
you're
is not a
right.
call.
Well,
That is a picture of a phone call because you can see your photo library right there.
they've also blurred out the PHI.
That is nothing. That compared to that's an obvious photo.
That's nothing compared to what you just showed me, though, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that doesn't
No,
the weird.
That's a nitpick
no,
compared to what you just showed me. I'm
no.
sorry.
That's a bad one right there. Listen, that's because that's something that somebody should have taken off. Like that's a photo. That's a photo, and that is something that your editors see. That's something that you see. That is something that clearly can be. That is something that clearly can be remedied. All you have to do is just remove that. All you have to do is just swipe down. But they couldn't do that. They pulled up a photo of a call. You couldn't superpose something over this in a goddamn in post.
Did you miss the part where this was done in 5 days?
But you can do this in 3 seconds.
He's in post. You know, he's eating post cereal.
Yeah, this shit is.
We're fixing it in post. We're fixing it in post. What do you mean we're fixing it in post? I don't know. It's just something people say.
But you know,
Work ethic.
that good old work ethic. I'm glad he put it to use on all these obvious shots right here.
What was that, Lil?
That was him talking about all the scripts that he had written. He went through a table and said, all the 19 scripts that you see right here, I wrote all by myself.
I got rid of my writers.
I got my writer's room. I don't use those.
It was me. I wrote all this. It's called work ethic.
When did he say this?
He said this at about the same time that the movie came out.
Yeah, this video, just him bragging on all this work he's done by himself.
Oh, apparently there's still some stuff in there that we didn't even catch.
I was gonna say, let's move on. Acid reflux here.
Let's see here. They talking about the judge with the script still on his desk. That's in the movie. I love this great continuity. Man, like I said, at this point, brother, we seriously, man, this is a damn shame. We're starting to enter Tommy Wiseau Dolomite territory with this. Except they didn't have money.
That's my big thing with him. That's why I give him no praise, because he has the money.
I don't want to do what critics always do, because critics always, especially if you keep going on something. I'm not going to sit up and continue to talk about this movie without trying to offer some constructive criticism. And I'm being serious with that, man, because, I'm not, no one's asking Tyler Perry to change personally. As far as your stories are always going to be crazy. They've made you what you are. I have 4 things that Tyler Perry could do to learn a lesson from this production right here, A Fall from Grace. The 4 lessons that he could learn from this to just improve just a little. And one of them is to just first, number 1, you bragging about all these scripts that you wrote and all these movies and episodes you've directed. Number 1, slow the down. If you go to Tyler Perry's IMDb page, you look at him as a writer. Look at all these episodes that he's written here, for all these shows. If you go down to where he's a director, you can see, in addition to the movies that he's directing, all the episodes of these TV shows that he's directing.
Right.
Look, if you don't have a writer's room, you don't want a writer's room, then maybe just pull back a little bit, just a little bit. You do a lot of shit, man, and people, they've seen your skills, they admire you for your work ethic. I mean, I think it's cool, the amount of work you put out there, but if it's a detriment to your product, then maybe you need to slow down. I know you got to put productions out, so how about you just curate some talent, bring people in, and have people start to do the work of putting productions out, and you put your name on there as producer.
I mean, that's one thing he could do is bring in junior writers and just sort of like have like a class or just teach them. This is my method.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to have.
If y'all gonna work fast, train a better crew. That's number 2. Train a better crew. Not saying that the crew that you have right now that they are bad by their skills. I think that what it is that you just, first of all, I think they're scared of this motherfucking man. They are scared to question him, and he rushes them. They are on the same schedule as he is, and everybody, they have to be on the set and say, "Yes, Mr. Perry," and nobody wants to say anything, man.
I don't care how good a sound guy you are, you're gonna get a boom mic and a shot every once in a while. Everybody makes mistakes.
What's the use in having a second unit director if they can't see that there's no water in the glass and the motherfucker drinking air? Or if the same dude right in front of us, what's the use in having a editor if in the editing room you can clearly see that this dude is eating air? You need to have a second unit director. You need to have a continuity director. You need to have editors that will tell you, we got to reshoot this, or we got to cut this out, or we got to cover this, or you got to spend a little extra money to cover this shit up.
I do, but all those people are me.
Yeah, well, they don't need to be you anymore. What are all these names like? All these like just like all these aliases in the credits?
It's just him collecting checks. He goes to Netflix and says like, "Well, you got to pay this guy.
You got to pay my editor. You got to pay my DP. You got to pay me.
Just make all the checks out to Tyler Perry."
Tyler Perry ain't. We say he's insane, except he ain't really insane.
No.
You know, here's the deal, man. Tommy Wiseau is crazy. He had money, but he's crazy.
Right.
Rudy Ray Moore didn't have no money. And he had to just work with what he had.
Right.
He had to run around and shoot on people's property and steal electricity and shit. So man, you got all this. Your fucking studio.
Bigger than Hollywood studio.
Bigger than Hollywood. And this is what you got to, you're bragging about my Hollywood. My studio is bigger than Hollywood studios combined. Disney, 20th Century Fox, Warner Brothers. It's like, well, you know what? What's the use of having a fucking big ass studio if your shit is worse than theirs? Because they're doing just fine with smaller studios. Because they know how to put out shit that ain't showing people eating air and people's hair just all of a sudden going kaboom.
And boom mic sticking them in the crotch.
Yeah. You know, that's another thing. Look, if you want to work cheap, that's fine, but not that goddamn cheap. That's number 3. Now spend a little money, man. You got all the money in the world, spend a little bit of it. You know, I know you didn't get to be a billionaire by wasting money, but you gotta spend a little bit more. You know, hire a good makeup artist, not just go buy a bag of cotton balls. You know,
it's so funny that first shot of him, I thought, well, this will be the worst wig in the whole movie.
No,
not even close.
No, not even close, man. Ain't got nothing on Black Medusa right here.
Well, he's not using his own money for this. Not all the way. I mean, there are other financiers in this. Like, there are the people that are investing in the film. I know this is his studio, but
and that's how he's done it.
It's not like he's writing checks out of his pocket.
The Netflix gave him his money, man. The reason why he didn't spend more money is because it goes back to him shooting so fast. Slow down. Apply your money to things that matter. You know, apply it to the production. I mean, I'm being serious. I'm not trying to make fun of Tyler Perry. I'm just saying, you know, this is beginning to be a point where you are a brand. And everything that you're doing is going to affect your brand. And it's going to have diminishing returns over time because, you know, maybe you didn't have the highest quality entertainment out there, but for your fans, at least they felt like you putting effort in there. And now your fans are starting to see the seams break on the sides, man. And they, you know, and they do notice this. That brings me to number 4. You know, what really is wrong here after seeing all these mistakes is that, you know, here's number 4. Stop taking your audience for granted. That's what you're doing.
Yeah,
he's got away with a lot of things, and a lot of people again have let it slide. Acrimony. Acrimony is one of the craziest movies I've seen, man. And you can tell it's a little cheaper, but it's competent. But until it gets to the end, Taraji P. Henson, she falls overboard. How she got on this boat in the first place to kill her?
She just shows up on the boat out of nowhere.
She just shows up on this yacht out of nowhere, gets knocked over by an anchor, somehow, some way, is back on the boat, drives a bone, dress look like it just got out of the cleaners, like she's ready for a night on the town, hair is pristine and dry and everything, and nobody's walking like a serial killer in a horror movie, and people said it was crazy, but people let it go. People didn't say shit, they let it slide, because people like, haha, it's funny because it's Tyler Perry, or people like, well, I'm a Tyler Perry fan, to the end.
Or they said, ooh.
Yeah. Those are the women that were Tyler Perry fans, and now they are starting to make fun of this shit.
That's the problem, at least on Netflix. They gone to theater would be doing that.
As you can see, little by little, they're starting to say, okay, this guy makes, okay, this is shitty, man. Like I said, you start making sloppy movies, it will somewhat affect your brand. And if your fans start to see it, then your peers are going to start to see it, and everybody else is going to start to see it. Going back to number 3, where it's like, spend a little money, man. I'm glad you spent money in the studio, but spend a little money on gas to go to another location, so not everything looks like the same building.
No, that's all in his studio.
Like, I know, but
that's why it just says sheriff.
Yeah, generic sheriff. But what he did was he shot several scenes that were meant to be in separate places, but he shot on this side of the building, he shot on that side of the building, shot here, and he's supposed to be in different locations very far from each other. The sad thing is he kind of even knows it, man.
Does he?
Yeah, he kind of knows it.
They just said my name at the Oscars. I better enjoy it because it'll probably never happen again.
Yeah, the way it's going right now, hell yeah. Shit, they won't even let your ass in the room. Unless you want to serve some shit. Hey, if nothing else, the man gave us this.
Ashtray, bitch!
So you can't hate him as long as he gave us that.
He gave us that.
I love the stack of the other beers he's getting ready to fuck up to. He's like, man, you ain't shit. It's like, I sort of look at him just like, I know that y'all whatever about the movie, but I turn to an old black lady whenever I see this. I'm like, look at his old trifling ass. Yeah. That's what I think of.
That's the thing.
I mean, it's supposed to be. But.
I know, but he just went from being, all right, he's kind of smooth and cool, to just be the laziest, most trifling Negro possible.
Yeah. I feel like he's about to go bowling with them beer bottles.
Yeah, we got all the beer bottles and just ashing on the bed.
Do your parents ever, did they ever look at McCart and be like, son, we love you, but this some bullshit. You're going to be doing some great things. But
No.
Ashtray. Ashtray, bitch!
And he wouldn't.
he loves it so much, you threw his feet in there.
Yeah. Don't make me get up.
Twinkle his toes.
Twinkle toes right there.
Boy, that narration. Good Lord. Talk about unnecessary constantly.
Yeah.
Well, that was bad because, and I'll say this, that was bad because we're watching what she's talking about as it's happening. It's like you say something for exposition, then you let it go. She's like, and then he twinkled his toes, took a sip of that beer, and he started laughing at me. We just saw that.
Yeah.
Like it ruins his performance. Like, not ruins it, but it takes away from it.
It telegraphs everything.
Right.
It's a weird thing. Like he put this together, but didn't trust his audience to figure out what was going on.
That's what I'm saying, because he didn't think nobody was going to look for that. Shit, I'm Tyler Perry. My audience love everything.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Editor, bitch. Nah.
If I spread my ass and shit in their mouths, they love it. You made a lot of accomplishments and you've done some incredible things. Tyler Perry Studios is an amazing accomplishment. It's an amazing thing. But you got to do something with it.